Hey everybody, we're jumping back in with some mod testing. So this isn't really a mod showcase, but more of a mod testing type thing. We're jumping in with one of our characters here, Tori Brooks. So this is who we have right now. Is she alone? Nope, she is not alone. All right, so we are at the tail end of the Old Earth data drive quest, I believe. Let's just make sure. But I want to say there's Sarah, so Sarah's with us. I do want to check one thing real quick here, because one of the things, all right, Super A Ultra we did, but we still have grunt work. Speak to the crew chief, Harath. All right. So one of the things I wanted to check, but I'm not really too worried about it. Here, let's get over here real quick. Okay. And then we're going to run some more. Obviously, we are carrying a lot of stuff. And then I'm just going to run over here real quick, and I'm going to take a look. And then there is that. Here's the photos and the thank you. And if I'm not mistaken, okay, search site for clues. All right. So we found that. And then by going over there and grabbing that, we might have broke the quest. And what I mean by breaking the quest is we probably did it out of the order that they wanted us to do it. Meaning they probably wanted us to look at the computers first, and then I'm just going through and looking at the computers, because this has happened before when I was trying to show someone where the stash would be, because it took me forever to find it myself. And so it points you here, but if you don't have... Oh, man. Really? But you can see we have looted all the pirates, I think. In truth, when we looted them, we took all their gear. So why are they wearing anything? I'm just going to check over here. But in truth, really what I'm looking to do is we're going to get out of here in just a second. I'm using this opportunity to run around. There it is. Nice. All right. I just want to make sure we got all the stashes. Not really. So look at that. That's nice. Okay. So we're going to take all your stuff, because we sure enough can use it. But this is the key here. Here's some main stashes over here that we wanted to, and we just must have just missed that guy. As you can see, and this is what everybody should look like. That lets me know that I looted them. So those other guys that were empty, not exactly sure why they're sitting there like that. Boop, boop. There you go. So, I mean, I'm just making sure I'm looting everything, even though some of this stuff isn't necessarily anything to write home about. But there's stashes in this that you want to, that you just want to make sure I got. And, just being thorough. Now, I'm not really worried about this. As a matter of fact, let's just switch. Last harvest is not something we're gonna make that our thing for Sidonia. But in truth, there are a couple of things we want to do. And there is a mod that I discovered, and I want to see how it goes on PC compared to how it is on the Xbox. So how the PC version of the mod compares to the Xbox version of the mod. The mod in question, hold on a sec. Oop, I didn't want that. I wanted that one. I don't know why I'm taking empty packages. And then there's baseballs over here. You see where it doesn't even give you the option to loot all or to strip everything. So what I'm looking for is they found a stash of hockey sticks and baseballs. And they're actually worth quite some money. And one of the things I want to see is what they're worth with this new mod. Oh, look at this. This is interesting. Look, that's not accessible. Here, we're going to just go to first person just to make sure I'm able to key in on the right things. Okay. All right, we're done here. So here's what I'm talking about. So of all the things we picked up, see, old earth photos, ornamental, okay, the baseballs are not here, but they would be under miscellaneous if I pick them up. Baseball display. All right, so these are only worth $240. Astra's worth way more. There it is. So they were still worth the same, roughly the same amount. 4,500. So I want to look at aid real quick. Everything is about the same. Yep. Consumables. Okay, so we were there. Resources. Okay. All right. So let's just do this. Get over here, and we're gonna fast travel. I didn't see our vehicle. I don't know if we even have a vehicle. All right, we're gonna take off. You see what came up? Oh shoot! Oh shoot! Okay. All right. So for this character, yeah, we're gonna stay there at hard. We're gonna go back to normal carry capacity. We're gonna stay there. Vendors, we're definitely gonna. I'm gonna put it increased right now, just for the sake of it. Let's see. Fleet commander. We don't really worry about it because we're not going to use it. Shattered space. I'm just going to boost that out for now. Even though, I mean, really, this is just testing. We're not actually going to. Okay, so TGs, enable, disable. We're going to leave that, but we're going to disable that. Disable, and disable. So we're disabling all that. We're going to enable these. This is for the vehicle tuner. And then, which is one of the things that we're going to look at and see if it's the same. All right, so that's all good. And then we're going to go to punish me. And looks like I'm going to say that all that is there. I could have sworn we got rid of real fuel. I mean, like, disabled it. Not even disabled here, but actually took it out. I'll have to look at that. I thought I uninstalled that one. So the fact that it's showing up here is a bit of a concern.
We have been.
As soon as we get up in the air, we're gonna. The problem is, and it's kind of problematic, but not problematic, but it's a little bit of a problem. We're gonna have to, when we get in the air, we're gonna have to go back in, check it.
Orbital pattern locked in.
And then, okay, so vehicle tuner settings updated. All right, it's auto saving. All right, now that we're in the air, and we are in, looks like the Frontier, my modified version of the Frontier. Gosh, I got no grav drive stuff available. Wow. All right, and then, so this is our girl, Tori. We got no skill points. Wait though. I do want to look over here, see what she's capable of. All right, so she is still, yeah, not going to be doing a whole lot. Okay. Ship is the Frontier, is the only ship we got. We are maxed out on weight. As a matter of fact, slightly over capacity. All right. Okay. Oh, nope. Let's go back in here one more time. All right. So here's what I'm talking about. And then just bear with me here. So what I got to do now is go back in, enable it. Okay. It's going to auto save. All right. Blah, 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 blah. And then I got to go back in one more time. Find it again. And then disable it. Okay. Now, when I come out, that should appear. Real fuel disabled. All right. I don't remember seeing it the first time. So ship fuel restored. Right. But now we have a couple of new mods that we really want to see. And then where am I going to go? Where am I? I'm in the Sol system as it is, so might as well just should just head on over to Mars real quick. I don't believe I have any contraband on me. Okay, one sec. Alright, let's see what we got here. Well, we made it, so that means we're not, we weren't carrying any contraband, and the fact that they let us just land directly on there means we are good to go. Alright, so first things first. How much cash we got on us? Ooh, we got a nice, decent amount.
Need some work done?
Yeah, you look a little different, bro. Maybe not. All right, first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna see what kind of cash, what kind of stuff we can sell. I'm gonna sell pretty much everything here. Okay, you're out of money already? Yep, you are. I could probably sell a helmet. Yep, and I'm gonna give you a discount on the second one. Yeah, there you go. Just needed to lighten up the load there a little bit. Okay. Hey bro, I need some help.
Inspect your ship for heat leeches
I'd like to purchase a vehicle.
No problem.
Now, it makes you purchase a vehicle, but okay. Oh, I see what's going on. I see what's going on. Hold on, guys. Time out here. I'll be right back. Okay, guys. Yeah. So, and then I guess right now, I think it's a thing that I'm going to have to do anytime I change mods or add mods or take mods out, is checking the plugin, check the plugins file. Because right now, all new file, I added 4 mods and all 4 were not inputted incorrectly. So, currently there's no way to get the value needed from the star map. To that end, there are 2 modes, basic, which is on by default, and immersive mode. Both modes Fuel loaded into the ship remains in the ship when changing home ships, including when capturing ships. So this is a script. The basic mode is now active. Basic mode uses your current ship's mass. Is divided by your grav drive's thrust. Mass divided by thrust to determine how much helium-3 is taken from your gas tank when jumping. In most situations, this will be cheaper than the value shown on the map. Fast travel between planet locations and solar system locations are only available from inside the ship. Fast traveling directly to the surface of the planet costs 3 times as much helium-3 than a standard orbit to jump. If you do not have enough fuel in your ship, the player is killed. Your non-constellation ship crew now require weekly payments. Failing to pay them will result in their dismissal and inability to hire new crew. Each non-constellation crew member active and assigned to your ship will receive 24 credits an hour. 24 credits an hour assumed as a 12-hour work day. This will be paid out automatically at the end of 7 days. If you do not have enough credits to cover that cost, all crew will walk off the job and be unable to reassigned until they are paid or back paid. Dynamic price for setting all items occurs based on where the player currently is in the galaxy. If the player is in Freestar and UC space, items will be the cheapest to buy and will be sold at the lowest rate to shops. The system functions by reading and writing active values. So you are in a core system. You are in a core systems items. Blah blah blah. And you can see ship maintenance added, helium, blah blah blah. So again, let's go back over here. Take a look. And now we can buy back. That's really what that is. But you can see the vendor doesn't have anything. But I do want to take a look and see that prices haven't really changed much, right? But what I do want to look at is our miscellaneous. Do you see the value of the baseball now? So this is SSEO Economy, and there is a creation version of it and a PC version, and it's one that I'm getting more behind as I play with it, but you can see what it's done. It's multiplied the value of certain things, not everything across the board, but certain items, especially novelty items, the value has gone up. This baseball is worth more than what it was before. This baseball, right? This camera. And then you'll see it with like certain statues and things like that. So yes, the prices and the values of those has gone up, but also, as you can see here, some of these I believe have gone up. I'm not going to say all of them. I'm not going to say, because I can't be certain about that. And then the book values, these are sell back values, so got to remember exactly what they were selling for before, and I can't. So I'm not going to try to, but we do know this was selling for about 6 something, so now it is 22.5k. Same here, this is up. So all these are selling at a higher price now. But one thing that didn't get touched is the price that you're selling these for. Now, I gotta be honest with you. I would love to see it go down. I'm gonna say, instead of selling this back, I believe, let me see. So if I try to sell this, yes, if I try to sell it back, it's gonna sell back at 7,600. I think for me, if it was a quarter of the price that you're selling it back, so instead of selling it back for 7,600, 1/4 of that, what is that, 1,900? I'm fine with that. I'm fine with 1900. What I was not fine with the other economy mods was selling it back for, in this case here, for this one, 600, 800 bucks. It was just too much, too little, right? Because like here, 1/4 of the price, sell it back for 800. That's fine. Selling it back for 150 credits? No, it just is asinine. And for lack of a better term, it's just asinine, right? It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. It breaks all kind of immersion. You're not going to collect a spacesuit and sell it back for 100 credits. Just doesn't make sense at all in any universe. So it just, it's like, if you just figured that calculation out better, there's no arguments here. Now, what this is also going to do, though, so let's get on over here,
Got anything
is
to offload? Trade authorities always buying.
I like to view my
Okay,
vehicles.
no problem.
Now, the problem that we ran into the first time is we didn't get this guy. This is the guy I want. Set him active, right? And I don't see the gun on top, but that's fine. All right. Now I like to view and modify
Sure,
my
how
ships.
about it?
Now we got 200K, so it's not like I'm really worried. But you can see my cargo is down, actually. It's less now than it was before. And then I'm going to have to look at my load order for that. Because if I'm not mistaken, I had to push SSEO up to the top because it broke a different mod. But it didn't break, it overwrote a different mod that changes the load order for your payloads perk skill. So, and then you can see I got these two guys. I'm pushing the mass on this ship as it is. So it's not like there's a whole lot I can do to increase the mass. One of the things that I do have at my disposal is I can probably cruise on over to oh gosh, what is that place called? The Den. And then try to cruise on over to the Den and then try to go and see the Dark Star technician over there. That would really help things out. Now, what you're seeing me do real quick here is you see, that's the issue, right? Now, what size is this tank? So I'm gonna take rid of that tank real quick here, and then we're going to, that's 100, so that's double. Then we're gonna set you right. Okay, so that's not as bad. And then I know. Let's see. Actually, no, there's nothing I can do there. Well, there are some changes I could make. Hold on. Let's go back that way. All right. You. Come on up. Come on. There you go. Mm-hmm. And then one of the things, what is that? All right. What am I doing here? All right, let's see. Okay, can't duplicate that one, but I can and turn that into a workshop. I don't think I already, yep, like that. And then structure. Because of course, you know, we gotta make it look respectable, right? Boom. There we go. There we go. It's just looks all right. It looks all right. We got how many weapons? We got 2 missile. How many? Can we get a third? Can you? There you go. All right. And then, why are you like this? Why are you configured this way? Well, I'm gonna drop you there. Ooh. It's all about weight. Woo. Okay. Look at that. It's almost 100,000 just for what we did. And we haven't done anything major, really. What's my grav drive? 23. And then what's my reactor? 21. I don't know that we can increase the reactor any bit. I mean, the best we can get a 30 for 24K. All right, here we go. Boom. All right, all right. Okay. Then. Okay, so color number 1. Yep. Color number 2. Okay. And then color number 3. All right. And you're wondering, am I okay with the thrust and mobility? Not really. But I don't, that's it. That's all. I mean, we got to save some money in reserve here. We don't have any extra crew that I know of, non-constellation crew. And I don't know what the cost is for, um, for, um, robot crew. There we go. All right. So, thank you, sir. Thank you. I need to restock.
Say the word, and we'll get you outfitted.
What do I need to restock? I probably need to restock. Advanced ship maintenance, rebuild kit. I don't know what these things do. Look at the number of credits he's got. He's got 7.25 million credits. I think that's partly because I did that. I don't know. Advanced basic ship maintenance kit. We got to just buy a couple of those. 3 of those. Okay. And then, which one's cheaper? All right. And then one of those. Okay. That for right now, that's all I can think of. And we'll see what those do, right? Because again, I'm adding stuff in and still learning, you know, as you guys will see. Yeah, we're trying to learn all this stuff. Now, I'm only partially going to do this one here. And the reason I'm doing this one is to get some money. So we'll come back and finish it. If I do some with this character, I'll come back in and finish it at some point. All right, but right now it'd be nice to get some money, and there's a couple of bots that I really need on my ship right now to help me out. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, this is the Ramtech AI Sidonia Underground. Is this one here, Ramtech Underground Sidonia, right? So we're basically, it is a quest mod that you can download and add. And then what this is a secret testing facility for AI and bots, right? And so there it is. It gets everything started. We need to figure out what happened to these three scientists, Siobhan, Murati, and somebody Weiss, and the other dude. I can't remember his name. It all disappeared. But you see, and then there's 12 actual microbots. Buddy Weiss is one, Augustus Carr, and Siobhan Murati. Okay, and then thank you from the mod author. So first one right off the bat is the particle beam weapon systems microbot. Get on my ship. Now, the cool part about these bots is that they don't take up any room on your ship, right? Oh my God, I got a Adoring Fan on there. I got to pay him to be on my ship. Oh my goodness. And I'm paying him 24 bucks an hour, 12 hours a day. Okay. So you tell me that's what? That's double. So I'm paying him like 1,500. Double that? No. All right. So 12 times 12, right, is 144. Double that. That's 288. So 2,800 a day. Am I paying him? My math is way off there. I don't know. So there's a lot of cool items to get here. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of room to get items on our ship. So here is the automated weapon systems bot. Okay, so you can see we got those two so far. What I am going to do is I'm going to come down here and we're going to, yeah, this is all healing stuff. And then maybe we'll get some of this food. Yeah. Okay, thanks. All right, so now I will say we know for a fact that one body is in there and one body is there, but you cannot get the bodies, but we do want these guys. Now you can see he's particle beam weapon systems, automated weapon systems, and Ramtech Nav AI. I need you to help navigate my crew. All right. Now, he, on the other hand, I now have 4 Constellation crew members. Okay. Now this guy is Ramtech Ship AI. I need you on my crew. All right. So they count as crew. And it says I have 4 non-Constellation crew members. I don't know that that's actually true. Hey, there you go. I need you on my crew. And if I do, I'm going to have to get rid of somebody. All right. One, And it, don't get me wrong, I don't like the Adoring fan. I never did, not even in Oblivion. So 1, 2, 3, 4. If they're counting these two, that's not good. And of course, I believe they are counting them as non-crew, but they don't count as crew, which means we're going to be paying a lot of money here real soon. Okay. I do want, and then what I'm probably going to end up having to do is picking and choosing which one of these get on my ship. And then, as a matter of fact, okay, you, I want to unassign. So you see here, I have 2 of 11 spots used. Okay. I think, I forget which one of these is using up. See, is Sarah uses one, Vasco uses one, right? So none of these guys except for you. Maybe Vasco doesn't use, I don't remember now. But I gotta be honest with you. I don't like them anyway. Automated weapon systems, we're gonna unassign, okay? And particle beam weapon systems, until we actually are using particle beams, we're gonna unassign. I only have, so I'm paying for 4. I need payloads. Who are you? You're just a regular microbot. Now, here's the part about this. Look at this, man. All right. And then we'll take the money and the ammo. Thank you very much. And then, trauma pack. And then you got some stuff here. Probably don't need that, but we'll sort it out later. And then, nice. You know. All right. So, first things first, we go into the safe room. All right. So, there's a bot in the safe room. Yeah, go ahead and get on my ship. And in truth, you know what? I don't know that why I'm so worried about money right now, because we came in here to get money, to be able to afford all this. Now, if you want my opinion on how to cheese the game out of the most amount of money you can possibly get out of it, you want Mordred's high value cred sticks. All right, so we're gonna take his neuroamp. We don't need it, but we found Buddy Weiss. He's dead. No signs of trauma or anything. Just being dead. All right, now here, I'm gonna tell you right now. I am. Okay, so here is all the named weapons in the game. I am not taking any of those. I'd rather find them, but I will take the ammo listed underneath. All this other stuff, I'm just leaving. Even though the advanced Eon is okay. And then here, no. Just the quantity, but I will take you, oops, I think, and what's the other one? You. Did I take you already? This one. All right. Okay. Doesn't matter. All right. Now, these are all just simulation bots that you can eventually will fight with the mod itself. But for now, there is a little guy running around back here. And then if you look here, man, if you are a person like myself that just loots everything, look at this breadstick. Boom, 5K. This is how we're going to be able to afford our crew. And it just occurred to me, it's like, oh yeah, when we get done here, we're going to be able to. So yeah, you get Mordred's high value cred sticks. What that does is it will make cred sticks one of 3 tiers. And I believe the game has already made it, has 3 tiers of cred sticks as it is. So he is EM weapon systems bot. Get on my ship. You know, and then I'm probably going to reassign the other ones. I have 6 non-Constellation crew members now. All right, so that's the one we needed for now. I'm going to come back over here. Wait. Did I pick up the key? There's a key. I did not. We weren't getting very far without that. We need that key. Wrong way. Wrong way. My bad. My bad, guys. Okay. So, this room requires a key that we just picked up. Hey, how you doing, little buddy? Just a regular guy. Now, the one that really means something to us right now is this guy. Hey, bud, get on my ship, please. See if you can help boost my payloads. All right. Do we unassign anybody besides? Okay. And then this guy is just regular cred stick. So now we, ooh, look at that, 25K. That's a large. That's another large. So it's large, medium, and small. Small is 5Ks or 5K sticks. Medium is 10K and large is 25K. All right, so that's everything here. We have our computer. Curb your enthusiasm. I love being part of an enthusiastic team, but we must fully remember. So she's preaching caution and going slow with AI instead of just full charge. You know, and she loves the microbots. This is inaccessible. We need something to help us read it. This is Buddy's room. So we got new grenades. We've got a broken micro bot. We got some things that we need for Dark Star. Now, the type of looter I am, okay, I can't help myself, but each one of these are just broken microbots with pieces and parts that you can loot off of them. Here, we'll take that, and we'll take the credits. I'll take the suit. All right, positron batteries, can never have enough of them. So that's what you get out of this room. And then Augustus' car. He seems to be the head guy. He wants to push and let AI do more and more stuff. He doesn't like the unessential workforce they have, right? They're idiots, according to him, right? What they've done is they started conducting bot fights. They've made bots and are now causing them to fight. Well, You may not like it, but guess what? That is really going to benefit us. So don't sleep on a good bot fight. All right, that's a regular microbot. And then can't help myself. Can't help myself. And what I really look for with these guys is the positron battery. Okay. All right. Come on, Sarah. We got to go downstairs. We got to go downstairs so I can show them the fighting pit. All right. So here's the fighting pit. This is where they do the bot fights. That's the last loser. All right. So there's a cred stick, 10K. And then, hey, look at this. 1, 2, 3. That was a 25K, that lot, one of those. And then a 5K. So that was 40K on the table. Now we're up to 50K. 60K if you include that first one we picked up. 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130. So we've picked up 130K just like that. Let's celebrate. Love a good celebration. Oh, by the way, hey, we want you for sure. Anatronic Fusion Microbot. Yes, please. Alright. I don't even know what I just ate. I just ate something. Okay. So now there is a legendary cutter. Here's Blue 31. He lost the battle. So he's the 31st iteration of the blue bot in the fight. And then here's 32. So apparently 33 was next up to bat. All right. Another cred stick, 25K. So I believe that puts us at 145K that we found in here so far. And all right. So, and I think that covers all of it. Right? Yep. I don't think there's anywhere else. And then over here is the red bot. And that's red 13, but we need a key for that. Now, here's where the game gets a little, no, not the game, but the quest mod. The mod gets a little out of hand, I think, in my opinion. All right. Hey, how you doing? Missile systems. Go ahead, get on my ship, man. Now, according to this, I have 12 non-constellation crew members. That's going to be very expensive, especially when you're paying money to a bot. The bot shouldn't count. And that might be something that needs a patch to not count non-human. You know what I'm saying? All right, here's where this is where the mod gets a little out of hand. Okay, this is fine. You know, hey, you know, all right, I'll take these. Shield systems. Hey, how you doing, bud? Please get on my ship. So it's going to be interesting whenever I start up a different whenever I start up, say, a different save or file, because again, in that one, it's going to be all right. We're not taking these. The quantities are just way too high, and it just low OP. So we're not taking grand spacesuit, right? Just not. But the Urbanware and the Trackers Alliance ones, we can. In here. Okay, we can take those. I'm not taking the Mantis. Alright, Urbanware. We're not gonna touch those. We'll take those. And Shock Troop. Yep. So basically, I believe what we have here is every possible. So you can see here, basically every possible spacesuit. We will take the Max, but I'm just going to leave that. We're not taking the Starborn suits. We're going to take the ammo. I'll take the Tombstone. Not a fan of the Nova Blast anyway. The Side Star, we'll go ahead and take that. Contraband, we could take it and sell it right away, but you're gonna see it's not really necessary. Impact, Amp, Urbanware, credits. Alright. Alright. We want that? Yeah, we'll take it. And then, hey, Mark 1 space helmet. Okay. Okay. Here's where, now, so that room, like I said, you have to have very much extreme self-control. Now, and not saying that I do, because a lot of times I'll go in there and yeah, now I'm going to show you something that I think is just crazy. So this locker right here requires a key. And it requires Victor Duvall's key. Now each locker just has, the UC Navy, right? Boom, we'll take that. I will take that hat, right? And then I will take that. Well, nope, that's not what I thought it was going to be. Oh, look, she's sitting down just chilling, eating, all right? She's like, hey, while you're doing this, I'm just going to sit down and have a snack, right? Now, these suits here, these are the ones they give you when you go do your what's name. I'm not going to take the Rangers stuff, because if I decide to do the Rangers, but underneath here is a safe with Victor Duvall's access card, and then a note about red, okay, and 4K. So about red 13, right? I'm really proud of how red 13 come out. This might be my best work here. Even though he is an unauthorized build, he is super fast, and with his attack prowess, melee capabilities, and single target ballistics weapon, he is an ideal precision strike unit. Red is currently king of the pit and has defeated 14 units straight, which also means I've won a fair amount of credits based on what I've seen in this facility. I don't think he's ever going to lose. Okay. Now, this is important to note, because remember, let's stand up. This is his locker. Remember that? Remember what I said? All right, so we're just going to check in real quick. We already got 150, 160K since we've been here. We're now sitting at 360K. Okay, I'm just going to take all these up top. I'm just going to, anyone that I can possibly take up here, I'm just going to take, right? We'll see. And you can see so they're varying sizes, right? Most of them are probably medium, but I have seen a few 5K, and then there's a 25K right there, another 25K. All right, just the top shelf alone, 600K. So now what I usually do is I say, okay, look, I'm just going to keep going until I dig a hole in the floor. And what I mean by that is until I dig a space where they stop falling into it and there's a complete path, right? So you see how they keep falling? So it's basically until I don't have any to interact with. And I've created a hole. It'll stop here. It's like popcorn. Now I just moved, so yeah, I'm cheating. Okay, so until like I said, it's got to, don't stop falling in there. Sarah's coming over to say, hey, can I get him one? Like, yeah, you can. Oh, it's still moving. See, as long as they keep moving, man, I'm gonna. Hey, I am doing my best to not move. All right. All right, it is seriously crazy. Okay. God dang it. All right, we can call it there. We can call it. All right. Yeah, to clear that hole gave us another 1.5K. Just under. No, sorry, 1.5 mil. All right, just right there. So now we're walking out of here with 2.4 million credits to our name, right? And a bunch of loot. We are over encumbered. Now, we are going to step aside. And did I not pick this up before? Because Blue is sitting around here somewhere. I don't know where Blue is. Blue 33 is sitting around here somewhere. I think. There he is. You have to get in there. Oh.
Come on.
Oops. Wrong one. Can't keep up. And Blue is the hustle. I'm stuck. Every time he hits me, I can't reload. Wow. That was crazy. Oh, 13 is down. Will you get out of my way, sir? There we go. Finally. All right. So now we can talk to Red. Hello, I would like to have you on my crew. All right. I don't know if anybody's noticed this, but the creds are still tallying over there. You know? All right. So we are over encumbered by a major amount. All right. So if I come over here and then look at my ship now, it's still only 1270 is the carry capacity. I can't remember if we found, yeah, we did find the payloads guy. Look at my reactor now. It's 86. Look at my shields, 26K. Now, I'm not going to look for everything. I'm just going to say, okay, you know what? We've done enough for here. I mean, if I do come back to this character, I can always come back in. All right? Come back in and finish things up. But I accomplished what I needed to accomplish. And what that was to ensure that I could afford my crew. So I wanted to stop here for that. And then we're going to do a couple of things real quick. We're going to actually run over to our ship. If we can make it. You know, if we can make it. Holy cow. Okay. Here's our vehicle. And right now, who's that right there?
Has anyone ever told you?
Oh my god. Walk away. Alright, so we have vehicle storage, so we can actually kick over for the time being, right? We can say, okay, let's just put a lot of this there until we figure things out. Now, the problem that we're going to run into is I don't want to put my resources there, but I may have to for the time being. Not all of them, but a lot of them. Now, my vehicle can hold up to 500. And I just don't, and so let's see. I can put you away, put you away. Okay. And then let's just go with the mass. All right, so you can go away. I'm not gonna put you for now. All right. Now, let's go on our ship. So, and this is one of the problems with that we're experiencing with the mods, or with part of this mod, right? These bots, they are great and wonderful. Now when I come to my ship, I want you to see something. We have 17K of storage now. So the problem with that though is when I leave the ship, it goes back to whatever it was, like 1200. And I think that's problematic for one, because you want it to be like that always. But that so far, right? And then we haven't completed everything. We haven't gotten all of the ooh. What do you got? I think I'm switching to you right now. Yeah. Anybody got any? Alright, so it's a little problematic for me because okay, that's plus 20 carry rate, plus 20. Alright, so we can put you away for right now. And these will run through the recycler, but for right now, I just want to reduce my carry weight. What am I wearing? I'm wearing this one. There's a couple others. I don't like that. Don't like that. Don't like that. Ooh, don't like that at all. That one's better. Sometimes you get stuck with a helmet. You know, would be nice to have a little transmog or something like that. We're gonna put that one on, and then we'll see. All right, so that's where we are. Okay, all right, that's better. But as you can see, therein lies our problem. So our cargo, when we're on board the ship, is great. Once we get off the ship or leave the ship, it goes back to null, right? And I don't know if it needs a patch or something to fix that, to get it to where it's supposed to be. So that's where that one is. But what I'm going to do real quick here is, all right, so we have the fleet control terminal that I can put pretty much anywhere. If I can turn it around. I don't know that I want to put you right there. I think I want to put you right here. Does that seem like it's really sitting there? Okay, it's not. Alright. You know what? We're just gonna sit you on the floor right now. There's the module recycler. I can actually stick you right there. But this is the most important thing right here. And we're gonna set you right there. Yes. Boom. Now, this mission board is gonna have, see, dismantle, kill the robot on Bradbury, deliver reactive planets, but you can see the mission board is so full of stuff now. I mean, it could be more sometimes, but then repair this one, predator infestation, taxi infestation, just simple deliveries that can change into something else or develop in other things, kill the pirate, destroy. So, and there's usually some more stuff, dark site stuff that I don't see right now, but that's all right. Um, so the key was I wanted to see. And then we're going to sit. Uh-oh. All right, get up. We can't take off. Not sure why. But it's saying right now you can't take off. Hold on, let's see. I'm going to try to go to Wolf. Fast travel is unavailable, and we were told that why it was unavailable. And it was probably because we didn't have we're going nowhere yet. We might not have enough fuel.
How can I be of service, Captain?
And what's funny is we have this mod that gives everybody lives outside of their, jobs. So you got Dennis over here. So he's not at the shop, he's here. And then you got Manaki. They're sitting there watching planes land and take off, right? Instead of, Manaki's the guy over at the Trade Authority. Dennis has a shop there, UC shop.
Anything I can say? What can I do for you?
So now that we have all this money,
we'll get you outfitted.
we're gonna make sure we have everything we need, right? So rebuild, as a matter of fact, and consumable, ship maintenance. I don't know what that does. And then are we just buying? Oh, we can sell all that stuff. Okay. I like the view.
Okay, no problem.
And then, whoops, nope, cancel. All right. What I do want to do for now is we're gonna put, 2 there, and then there's a space there. Okay, boom, boom. All right. Boom. So it does hurt our mobility for now, but I'm not too overly worried yet. Let me see what these look like. Oh, wait. All right, so the best is this one. And then what are you? 26. I think you... There we go. There we go. Much better. And just that little bit is pretty expensive. Okay. Except current ship's helium fuel tank. All right. Thank you. And then let's go. We got a new item. Do you see it? I don't see it. Don't see it. All right. Advanced maintenance kit. And tech rebuild kit. Okay. So yeah, this is going to be learning how to function with this new ship repair fundamentals. Is not it. All right, let's see. Only thing to do is just to check everything, right? It could be a. Let's check under here quick. See how we have the follower control? It could be as simple as nope, vehicle remote. What did I buy? I can't remember what it was. Yeah. So it's not there. It won't be there. And then really what we're looking to see is how that mod, and if I can remember the name of it, Ships Need Gas, is the one that was added to go along with the SSEO economy. And yeah, yeah, recovery effort on space mining. Wait, what was that last one? Okay, Maurice from oh. I don't know what I really don't know what these kits are supposed to do for us. I got them just because one of the things that can happen in space is that your ship systems can break down. So where's our wrong button? Okay. Let's just go right to the cockpit. Let's see what we can do in the cockpit. You need a nuclear. It said I needed a nuclear fuel rod, but it didn't tell me why I needed a nuclear fuel rod. And it just so happens it's something I don't have. Are you freaking serious? So what you're seeing here, a nuclear fuel rod. All right. Before I get completely annoyed, see, so you can make. All right, so let's get past all this stuff and then let it restart instead of. All right, so we can get past the shipments and then back into the normal stuff. And then let's get to nuclear fuel rod. Find out what exactly are we even capable of making one, which we are not. So when I look at this right off the bat, this is kind of what I see. is sometimes when you're making something kind of, you want to make things harder. So here's what I'm thinking here. You want to make it harder, and you want to make it so that it seems like you have to work for something, right? Now the thing is, and maybe there is a setting where I can slow down the the length of time that whatever the problem is shows for me, so I can get a handle on it and understand exactly what it's asking for. What is telling me that I'm going to need, because it's going by way too fast. So right now you're telling me I need a nuclear something. Now let me sit down one more time. Let me see. We got to look for it. Come on, show me. All right. So right now, if you're going to do something like that, you really need to build in some sort of ship status module, right? Something that's going to allow you to see what the ship status is. So I'm going to see here if there's maybe a thing that's going to show me, well, what is your ship status? I don't see anything. Right? So what you've done technically is you kind of ruined my game, and then, I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. You've annoyed me, and you just made kind of you added in something that just sucks. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Yeah, you're and it's like there has to be some sort of simplified way. You have to provide the person or the player a way to interact with the systems that you're affecting, especially if you're going to make it so that those systems now aren't going to work, because a little blurb that pops on the screen, and if it pops too fast where I can't see it or modify or make note and say okay, right? And then the other thing that we're talking about is you made something that I can't manufacture. So it should be something, if an item is needed or that's needed, right, in order for the ship to work, it should be limited to the availability of it, right? Is it something that I can manufacture? And or if it is going to be something that's going to require me to get off the ship, go find a shop to buy it from, right? That's the other thing. Where am I buying it from? Not every place has that. So it has to be items that are readily accessible and stuff like that. Items break, and then it could be. But is it something that I can actually go get right now where I am? And the nuclear fuel rod or whatever, if I was on a barren planet with no way of then what does that mean? What exactly does that mean? I'm on a barren planet. I got no provisioner, nothing, right? I can't buy it, and I don't have the capability of manufacturing it. Again, you have to plan better. It's like, okay, I'm entrusting you to put the mod on my game and, modify what my game is doing. I'm entrusting you to do that. So I need you to plan better so that I'm not standing here frustrated and annoyed because I can't go over to the bench and create that. Create what I need in order to get this ship going. And it's like, okay, do yeah, it's like, well, what do I do? Where am I going to get it? Where am I going to get this item? And to be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know where that item's going to come from. And here's the other thing. I really don't think, the trade authority is one shop, and I'm trying to think of what other shops are available. Dennis's shop, I don't know if it even has it. So what am I doing here? All these items here, I am throwing them. Oh, I didn't mean to throw that one in there. I'm putting these all through the recycling. All right. And then you come down here, and then these are the legendary resources. But you know what? I'm also going to take, I'm going to take all. So I took everything in there. And then real quick here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here. Then this is a junk recycler. So what I'm doing is I'm recycling all of those things that I just cleaned. If there was a helmet that I like better than the one I have already, I would, save it, but I don't. There isn't. And then now, those are all been recycled. And what we can see here is this. So when I go to my inventory, all these new items. So this is all that came from the recycling of those items there. And then, no, not that, but this stuff here. So what I'm looking for, and unfortunately, no nuclear fuel rod. So we are still without a nuclear fuel rod. And then, so I'm going to come over here. And then I'm going to come over here. And I'm going to put that there. And then we're going to put this, and that on our ship. Okay. And then what I'm gonna have to do now is we're gonna have to just go back to the mod page and look at the mod page to see what to do. What are the possibilities of things that could happen and what to do when they do happen, especially since you haven't really given us many options. And so right now, for me, this this mod, Ships Need Gas, is just as bad as the refuel. It is just as bad. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be. I know we want, there's a difference between, there's things that we want to do and we want to work a certain way, and then the actual process of actually putting it together and making it so that it does do whatever. And then, it's a fine line, because I don't want to sit here and try to lecture people that are doing something that I don't do. Because I don't want to take the time to do it. And, we enjoy a lot of things for free. Some things we have to pay for, some of these things. And I'm more critical on the ones that we have to pay for, because, you're making people pay money for it. So at that point, we have every right to demand high quality product. It's just that I can't get behind something that makes the game worse. If it makes the game worse to play, I can't get behind it. I can't say, yeah, you did a great job, because it just made the game worse. It didn't make it better. They didn't improve anything. And so right now, until I figure out all that needs to happen, I'm really sitting here kind of annoyed and bitter about it. And so, like I said, you made my experience worse. And so now here we are. So I will cut it here and say 2 thumbs down to Ships Needs Gas. I do like the economy mod. I mean, there's still some things that I would tweak, but I like the economy mod so far. But Ships Needs Gas, right, isn't just about the gas and fuel. It's going to be about things that could go wrong. Simply like this piece here. But like I said, it's one thing if it could go wrong. It's another if you don't provide any way to kind of fix it. And then also any kind of way to monitor exactly what's happening. I don't know what's happening right now. I don't know. And I'm annoyed and kind of just peed off that I put this mod on my game. And who knows, when I come back, either I might have, fixed whatever the issue was with the system, or just removed it from the game altogether. And so there we have it. Luckily, I didn't have to pay any money for it. So remember, guys, Ships Need Gas 2 thumbs down. SSEO Economy Remastered on PC, and SSEO Economy on Creations. Right now I'm 1.5 thumbs up. Right, like I said, there's still some things that I could change, but I am pretty okay with what they've done with it and what it does. Because the one thing is, right now I haven't found any negatives about it. Right, there's a lot of pros. There's there's one where it's like, yeah, I could tweak down the prices here, but other than that, I mean, it hasn't solved the one overall problem that everybody wants to solve, and that is how to not be OP right off the bat. But it does solve the one problem is, well, if you can't tune down the money that you're getting from your spacesuits and stuff like that, selling those, then you make everything else more expensive. But it's doing it in a way that I don't mind, and it's providing a lot of things there, so I'm okay with that. Okay, guys, I gotta go. So once again, if you like the content so far that we're going through and everything, leave a like, comment, and I will try to get back to you as quickly as possible. And also, remember, subscribe. That really helps me out and very much appreciate it. All right, guys, see you next time. Bye.